Hey everyone, this is David from Hotspot, and today I'm joined by KC Yike after his series against Hanwha Life. Hi Yike, unfortunately you weren't able to take the win, even though I think you put up really a great series against probably what we could consider now the best team in the world. How do you feel right now?
Yeah, I'm for sure sad, but I mean, for sure, it's like I'm very confused, not confused, but like surprised with the fact that we are playing much better now than last 2 days or the first 2 days, and yeah, so there's for sure some kind of happiness even though we lost, which is a bit weird, but I'm still happy that we showed like much better performances today and yesterday, even though we lost today. Yeah.
I kind of want to talk about this because obviously we've seen the changes. You won against top esports, and basically the version we've seen the last 2 days compared to the one we've seen on the first 2 days is basically an 180-degree, I would say. Especially because I think you were one of the ones who struggled a little bit the most. Can you tell me if anything changed in detail? Was it draft? Was it communication? Was it anything else?
I mean, it's hard to know. I think there was like a lot of things that probably like affected me personally. Like I couldn't really tell what it was, but for sure the last 2 days we like in draft we adapted better. Like one thing is that we probably didn't know like the meta as good as the other teams because we were very late. Like after LEC ended, we had to go fly 2 days after, 3 days after, and we could never like understand the meta, and people understood it better than us. And personally for me, yeah, I was really underperforming, and I was not really sure why. Maybe it's like jet lag, maybe it's stress. I couldn't really tell what it was. So I felt very bad. Like I felt very very bad. Last like the 2 days I lost. So I'm happy that I got my redemption. I guess like yesterday for sure, and today doing at least better than the first 2 days. So yeah, at least there's some improvements.
I mean, like, I've seen, how can I say, you previously mentioned in the past interviews that there was like a lack of preparation as one of the problems that caused the team to kind of underperform. I kind of have a broader question. So it's like, do you think that the current League of Legends competitive scene has a saturated calendar? Like, is there too many games? Are we playing too much? Considering that potentially aside from first hand, you also have upcoming international tournaments such as MSI and then the Esports World Cup, which also has the same teams, and also Worlds coming up.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, it's getting a lot like schedule wise, and there's not a lot of like break time, especially for the team that is winning. It was the same for me in G2 that there was a lot of just time of traveling, playing, all of that. Like for example, after first round, we're gonna have maybe 1 week, and then it's LEC starting again. So yeah, that's for sure a bit annoying in a way, but there's not much we can do about it. We just have to adapt better, and that's the main thing we can do.
Got it. I mean, you previously mentioned G2. This is actually the second time you have faced Hanwha Life after you played with them against them last year at Worlds. Do you feel anything different after playing against them now? Considering obviously they changed one top laner, but I mean, did you feel anything, or is it like a very similar team that just like probably got a better player up in the top lane, or a more complete player in the top lane?
Yeah, I mean the team, like macro-wise, they seem like similar. They seem like they really know how to play the game. They know the best timers to walk up. They know the best timers to play on the map. All of that, and it makes sense that they're the best team in the world right now. So team-wise, they're still like very strong. They didn't win Worlds last year, so I think adding Zeus can for sure be an upgrade in a way. And he's like very talented. Like he has his. The best thing with him is has his champions. You know, playing Vladimir, playing like all the weird champs he has, and he's very good on these champs as well. So for sure that's like for me it looks like an upgrade I guess, and but yeah, the team is just always going to be strong.
I mean, now that you've played against all teams at first, and aside from Zeus, which you have just mentioned, do you think was there any other player that stood out really for you? It could be also within your team. I mean, anyone.
um No, I think the CFO team was actually doing good. Like I was surprised with how well they played. I mean, obviously we played bad, I played bad, but they were not playing. It was not like we were only griefing. They were also playing good. Like they were playing good and we were playing bad. So it makes sense that they won. They deserve to win that day, and they all look good together as a team. Even though I know maybe two of them. Alon Junior, I think he's very good. Yeah. I know Dogo is also good, but didn't really know the other like four players because they were one sub. Yeah. And yeah, I mean I think they were playing good. So the whole team for them expected like they what's it called, like they hired my expectations or whatever it's called.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I mean, let's talk a little bit about like the game, the meta overall. So like ever since after the first 2 days, I think we also started seeing like a little bit of more of a proactive version from yourself. Like you started picking like champions like Sejuani, Ivern. Do you think that having this kind of like spam ganking champions is a direct consequence of the anti-lane swap mechanic? Or was it just like you found something that worked for you guys in particular?
Yeah, I mean, I think I just personally found out like the way I can play and the way probably the game like jungle wise should be played. And in the beginning, I think I was playing it very wrong. So I adapted, and I'm happy I could do it like fast because we had no break days. So I adapted. I figured out like what champ might be stronger, weaker. Like I played like Seriani, I played Skarner, and Ivan these champs, and yeah, I mean I could play them well, and I know I could play them very well. So yeah, I think I used it out to be well, and I just took a lot of time to just do some small researches and just figure out what the best is.
I also kind of wanted to quickly ask you, like, I don't know if you've read about Fearless Draft being extended throughout the whole season. The thing is, like, it's something that I kind of want to hear your opinion on, because some people have said some people from the community have said that like Fearless Draft doesn't actually have much of an impact when it comes to BO3s, especially if games end up early with a 2-0 score. Do you think that instead of the Fearless Draft, potentially speaking, what if we were to bring the Ironman format, which is like both bans and draft like picks carry over? Would that be something that you would love to have, or like is it something that you would consider about in the near future, like as a positive thing?
Yeah, no, for sure it could be very interesting. I mean, the thing is, we only did one split, or like one split and one international with Fearless now, and so far it looks fun. I agree with you that best of threes, I think it doesn't really change so much. It's gonna usually be the same champ. Like sometimes there's like one, maybe two champs that are different, but usually it's gonna be the same champs. So that's like the boring thing with best of threes. But as soon as it gets to best of five, I know it's gonna be like, it's gonna go a bit crazy, especially if we go game 4, game 5. So I'm not really mind about this new thing. We have to probably see more of the Fearless first.
Got it. And Kalista and Vladi are the rookies from KC at their first international tournament. How do you think they have settled so far? And with someone who has already 2 years of international experiences, have you done anything to help them? Or like, was there anything that you actually managed to help them on?
I think they both did very good, and to help them out, I mean, I think the biggest thing is just to really make sure that everyone is comfortable. And I think the last 2 days we made sure that like everyone is comfortable. I think the same like the days we lost as well, it was kind of similar. So I think I'm very happy with how they came into the tournament, because some people can get very stressed. Like me, first time I went MSI, I was very stressed, but I think they handled it much better than me. And yeah, it looks like they don't really need as much tips as, for example, I needed. So that's nice to see.
Yeah, I mean, I remember you talking about in the past about how you actually need like the mental to be improved. Do you think, like in that regard, your personality has changed ever since becoming like a top tier player in the last 2 years, or have you remained more or less similar to what you were in the past?
No, I think I became much different. I feel like I learned so much, like mental-wise, and how to handle my stress, how to handle everything, like the day coming. And yeah, I feel like I have a good like own preparation with myself individually, and I'm very happy with that, because for sure I knew before I was very bad with it, and I feel like a new person now, and that I learned like so much. So I feel like I handled it very well. So I'm happy with that.
I mean, I think Karmine Corp as a team is obviously, how can I say, it's like we've had a lot of expectations considering the roster was put together, but at the same time we also knew that putting rookies with veterans would need time. So I'm actually, like, coming from as EU region, it's obviously good to see. We'll have now to have hopes on other teams, unfortunately. Is there like one last thing you want to say to the KC fans that are watching both from home and also the ones that are shouting outside the arena?
Yeah, I mean, I just want to say thank you so much, flying all the way to Korea, cheering on us and cheering on me. And I knew the first 2 days was very rough. So the fact that you guys kept cheering on us, like online and offline in the arena, is just amazing to see. I appreciate it so much. It really helped me, and I think it helped everyone in the team. So thank you so much for supporting us.
Thank you, Yike, for your time, and we'll see each other, hopefully, in the next phase.